He saved us all because I definitely forgot to take notes.
So, session 42. We open with a series of flashbacks. Desto is in a desert town contemplating his next steps. His father comes up, weathered and old, stern and calm with a walking stick. Asks, "Are you ready to work?" And then, after a series of conversations, he said, "It's not your fault." To which Desto responds, "You don't know what you're talking about." It's very clear that this isn't their first argument, and they then go separate ways with Desto continuing to contemplate those things of his past and this one meeting with his father. Sledge hears a forge fire, and he was very young here. What age he was is to be determined. At one point, I believe it was said to be like he was like two, and then another time I think somebody said it's like, oh no, he's like 12. So sometimes determined between the ages of being,
Six
like a
months and 60.
toddler to yeah, like from 2 to 200 somewhere. We don't know.
Regardless, he still had a nice beard, for the
I
record.
know he had a little bit of stubble because he was young, but he asked his dad, "What do I? What he or his dad asks him, what do I make or what should I make?" And leaves it up to Sledge. Sledge suggests that he make a hammer, and you see that there is a tapestry of metal. It's the city of Damo. And then, as they're making the hammer and things, Sledge says, "I want to be like you, Dad." And his dad says, "Oh, I want you to be better." And he made Sledge's hammer. We then cut to a scene in his childhood home with his family. His dad is cracking eggs, which in what it can be assumed to be breakfast. Everybody drops their forms while they're at the table, so they are all in their changeling forms rather than their chosen identities. Um, and they discuss training during the summer, and they specifically or wants to get better and train later. Uh, there seems to be a loving and supportive family, and his dad receives a letter, which is an offer for some freelancing, but this would require them to relocate. Um, would their grandfather come take care of them? I don't know, but he drinks a lot. Mom is not back yet, and there seems to be a test that one has to pass in order to go in family business. Um, Mysteries abounding on what that process looks like. Buck is out in the woods and he is stalking a deer. And then after he is able to kill it, he feels a slight tingling, which could potentially be the beginnings of his rage. And he comes home with a deer carcass, and his father asks him what weapon trap he uses. To which then Buck turns around and says, "Only these traps." Um, and it was at this point that his parents said that it's time to tell him. And due to physical gifts, he is time to go train with Master Erks. Master Erks is the weapons master who is there in town. And Buck is very excited to go train to be a warrior, but his parents are a little bit more reserved and unsure about it. We see Bobby Joe as a young girl, and there's a shattering of glass, and her dad stops it. She then it cuts to her picking up the glass, and then there is an unlocking of a box to a pair of guns, and her dad gives her a bandolier and a holster on her belt. Her dad has a bigger belly on Ray in his blonde hair and beard. Um, the rules of firing the guns don't hurt innocents and don't shoot them in town. Um, and so they were at the mayoral mansion. So it's just a slightly bigger kind of log cabin. And this was Bobby Joe's first time firing the guns. So cut to present day drag hatches. The dragon is somehow larger than the egg because physics, and it is about the size of a Saint Bernard. So possibly it comes from a pocket dimension. Who's to say? It's a blue dragon wormling that I would just to name Zane. Sledge scoops up some of the egg dust and pieces, and then it gets dog-like zooms as it flies around. This causes the attention of the innkeeper, who comes up and asks, "Hey, what the heck is going on up here?" All I wrote was "Tom of errors." Then Buck hurts her. There is silence cast in the room, and there is an illusion. There is a gash on her face, and then she has a broken arm. We, I believe, knock her out. We then kind of figure out what to do. We then carry her downstairs and yell, "Is there a doctor?" And at there, we end it.
Yeah, pretty much. Point of clarification, you did not knock her out. You cast the sleep spell and had her fall asleep. So she was not knocked out by damage. Yeah, things went from very, very exciting to now a little bit more complicated. So we will pick up with you guys running downstairs. Is there a doctor in the house?
I will have it be remembered that I rolled above a 20 on my deception check when I shouted that downstairs.
Thank you for reminding me of that. You see that the few people that were kind of sitting in the tavern lobby, the like bar area, and serve small snacks and things. There's a few people that sort of get up with a start, and did you lay her on a table, or how are you carrying her down these stairs?
I am doing my best to kind of carry her but support her as best
Okay.
as best can.
Bridal carry, but heavy on the head.
Yeah. We healed her somewhat, or
Yes.
I can't remember. Yeah.
So
Her arm is no longer broken. It is healed. As Sledge is muttering to himself, I'm a pretty good doctor.
That was good, actually. So refresh me.
Okay.
Just because I know we went through the recap, but so we opened the door, and the door hit her and did damage, right? And she
Correct.
freaked out,
Yeah.
and then fell and broke her arm.
So
No. The door didn't hit her. I thought Buck body slammed her, and we were saying the door. That was the excuse that Sledge
that was the part.
All of that kind of happened. So
damage.
she was trying to get into the room. You guys lied poorly about what was going on in there, and I believe continued to make a mess of things. At which point she tried to enter with her master key, and Buck barreled through the door. And I'm kind of saying that the force of the door opening, because we established that the door opens outward, the door opening outward plus him barreling through, we could go to the instant replay to see whether door or Buck hit her first, but they all hit her. And she ended up on the other wall of the hallway, bouncing off of that and then kind of crumpling to the floor with a broken arm and a big goose egg on her forehead. So after that, yeah.
I was gonna say, all I picture in my mind when you describe that scene is after Buck panicked, ran, destroyed her, and then Seymour puts her to sleep. Is just that scene from The Grinch where he's like, "Ooh, almost lost my cool there."
Yeah. So yeah, and then Sledge elected, or you guys all kind of agreed that Sledge would heal her broken arm. So her arm has been set. The what's the word? The goose egg on her forehead still remains. So as you guys
God.
kind of come downstairs and are carrying her, you see like the couple of people get up. You see like one probably younger couple that this is about as good as they could do for accommodations. They don't look to be particularly well off. And then you see an older man that has nicer clothes that have seen better days. He seems like he bought these some time ago and is just kind of trying to make them last as long as possible. But the three of them get up, and the older man kind of takes a couple of steps towards y'all and just like, what happened here? What's going on?
So she was getting into the room as we were coming out, and there was a big collision, and I like point over to my very large friend here. He was stepping out as she was coming up, and the door and him hit her, and she passed out on the ground, and we wanted to make sure that we could bring her down here and just have somebody make sure that she's like okay and maybe get her to like a room. We were being a little loud and noisy up there, and she asked us to quiet down, and it just all happened really fast.
All right, Taz, or excuse me, Seymour, roll me a d20.
As the young people of your kind say, my bad.
13?
Perfect. Yeah, so he's like, all right, and he like walks over and is like, all right, let's see here. All right, so quite a lump there for. You just said you were coming out of the room. Were you running?
Da. I get very excited about things, and I was really excited, and I came out of the door very quickly.
Some
I
days he
forget
doesn't
my own
realize
strength
how large
sometimes.
he is.
All right. Well, what are we thinking here? How do we want to approach this?
Squish a little bit.
She's obviously this is her in, and just she seems relatively okay.
I mean, that bump on her head would beg to differ.
Fair.
He like takes her pulse. Yeah, he takes her pulse, and he's just like, well, she's not actively dying. But
usually we're helping people, not hurting them. This is all very unfortunately strange for us, and I don't know what to do.
Should we just put her in a room, or I mean, I don't. She might have what's this word? Bruise on brain. I don't know what that word is, but
sure.
I'd like to make sure that she is okay. And
I mean, it's not usually the intended purpose for this sort of thing, but he like goes to open a briefcase and pulls out like a little jar of kind of this like paste butter sort of looking thing, and it's just like, I could sell you one of these, and this, I mean, could maybe help.
What is that?
Well, it's a little ointment. It's usually used for topical anesthetic and sort of clearing up any rashes or bruises or whatever. But it might work here. I mean, granted, it's always a little finicky. The science is still being tested, but we do have the patent for it, and it is producing medical miracles. It's just, what's a miracle? What's up?
What's it made out of? What's it?
Well, I can't tell you that. That's a trade secret, son.
Yeah, you can't tell me a little bit?
is this man telling us the truth, or is he a snake oil salesman?
I think in this instance you could, you can roll an insight check.
Cool. I will use my great big D20 that has
Okay.
fuck you as the 20 and fuck me as the 1.
Okay.
Can we all or just fuck?
You can all roll an insight check.
Yes.
I'm going to
that-
forego the insight check because I want to blindly
Sure.
go into this without any extra information.
Cool.
21.
Sure.
21.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You guys, all right, so here's the thing. This seems to be a genial sort of man. He isn't necessarily pulling your leg, but he's also not telling you all of the information. I think even with a 20, you at best can kind of look at his clothes and be like, if this was a miracle cure, why are you still, why aren't you rich from this? If it's as good as your herb, or why aren't more people after you? It's a weird situation that you've bumped into what essentially seems to be a medical salesman in this hotel or in this tavern.
Cool.
I tug on Seymour's sleeve and it's like, "Aye, lad, I don't think this man has been to medical school. We should not trust him."
Man's never been medical.
Doesn't matter if he's ever been to medical school. He's a salesman. Doesn't matter. Anyway, and I kind of look back at him and I'm like, real quick, to anybody else in the room, are you guys from here or no? We are not, obviously. Didn't know if you guys are regulars here. Is she the only one that runs this place?
Well, I've stayed here a few times, and yeah, she usually runs front of house sort of things, and she's got a partner that runs sort of the back of house and kitchen and stuff, but he usually comes in a bit later once the crowds are coming in and there's a bit more traffic with people checking in rooms and stuff.
Do you happen to know which room is dedicated to her staying here?
Can't say that I've ever noticed that.
Okay.
You seem to have lots of
How about-
information traveling medical salesman.
How about this? How much does one of those vials cost?
We'll say 100 gold for you.
I'll put my hand on Seymour's arm. Is friend, between you and me, what is it you're not telling us? Because clearly there's some kind of catch here. I don't want to disparage your sales technique, but your clothes are not those of somebody that I would expect to be making lots of money selling these miracle cures.
Well, that's because I am investing more on getting on the road and getting this out there. I mean, my partner, Kiyotom, is a wonderful scientist, a very clever man, and we're trying to make sure that the people that need access to this sort of thing are able to get the access they need, and I'm sorry that my attire isn't more professional. I usually pride myself on that. You caught me in my traveling clothes, so...
Can I see a file of this real quick? While you're talking to my friend, I just want to look at it. Is that okay?
Sure. You
Cool.
open it, you pay for it, but you can look.
I'm not opening it. I just want to look at it. And Buck,
I am. I lean a little bit closer. Go ahead.
Okay.
You will see that as Sledge starts to grab the vial and Buck is looking at the clothes, I very swiftly turn. You two, now is not the time for questioning this man's goods. We have an injured woman here. Buck, Sledge. What we're going to do is we're going to knock on some of the other rooms until we find an empty one. Sledge, did you happen to pick up her keys when we were...
No, why would I pick up her keys?
Well, let's head back upstairs. Let's find her a room. We'll lay her down so she can get some rest. And then we'll
Okay,
come
I'm
down
gonna go
here and
back and get
discuss
her
this.
Can I go run up and get her keys then, Tyler?
If you would like to investigate her body and sort of give the pat down for keys, you may.
I was gonna go look real quick upstairs where the scene was. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can go look where the scene was.
Okay. As soon as I run up and I turn the corner, is that cool? I turn the corner.
You turn the corner. Yeah, that
Cool.
happens.
I take the vial and I cast Identify on it.
Okay. All right. So you cast the Identify spell, and you hear the voice. Did we determine that was like Billy Mays Pitchman, or what was the voice for Identify?
It was.
Okay.
Was it the?
Is Billy Mays here? What do you?
I thought it. Was it that, or was it the very monotone you have just casted the Identify spell?
Thank you for casting the Identify.
I actually think it was the monotone voice.
It was the very soft,
yeah,
almost like own operator style. You have just cast.
Okay, excellent. Thank you guys for helping me keep the voices straight. So you cast Identify, and welcome back to another use of the Identify spell. You are holding a modified version of Kyotom's ointment. Typically, this is a glass jar 3 inches in diameter containing 1 D4 plus 1 doses of a fixed mixture that smells faintly of aloe. At some point in time, this mixture was modified with certain other alchemical ingredients of magic and non-magic properties to produce different and varied effects. The user of this ointment would roll a D4. On odd numbers, it would work as intended, and on even numbers would cause harm to the applicant and do 2d8 plus 2 points of damage.
Okay. No. Thanks.
This has been a use of the Identify spell.
Thanks, Identify.
As always, you are a literal lifesaver in this case. Identify.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to pause Sledge very quickly. He ran around the corner, cast his spell. The group is talking with the salesman. Jimmy, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome, Jimmy.
Hope the dogs are okay. Just a quick recap. The group kind of entered the room, yelled, "Is there a doctor in the house?" There is not a doctor, but it seems as though you've come across a medical salesman or medical device salesman of questionable repute, and are conversing with him as the innkeeper is either in Buck's arm, I believe still in Buck's arms with a welt on her, or a goose egg on her forehead. Probably still bleeding, although I'm sure it's getting a little scabby and pussy as time is passing.
Is she stable?
Yes, she is stable. You guys put her to sleep, and she has enough healing that you guys healed the broken arm that she had. So she's not dying, but still has quite a sizable welt, and you guys have now caused the scene in the lobby of the tavern, which included the medical device salesman and a young couple that you haven't really talked to yet.
So as Sledge has rounded the corner there, Buck, let's bring her upstairs and see if we can't get her rested in a room. Appreciate the advice with the ointment and everything. We'll come back down and discuss it later. It might be a nice gift for us to give to her when she wakes up.
Well, your friend already ran off with it there, son, so I'd like my 100 gold, please.
He can bring it back to you, right?
You said it didn't have to be open.
Is one of you gonna wait here until he brings it back?
I will wait here. Buck, if you please, make sure that she gets to a bed.
Of course. I will. Sir, I thank you so much for your help. I didn't mean to question you or your cured or your clothing. I am not one to judge. I am a giant hairy man. Um, it has just been stressful the past 10 minutes, and I you can't be too careful.
I
Yes,
understand
please.
completely. You're all right. And if you'd like, the ointment actually is very helpful for headaches, whether they're stress induced or migraines. It just depends on the area of application. But the ointment has quite a lot
You'll
of
never feel
uses.
your head again.
Is it safe to say that I'm down here with Buck?
Yeah, you're with the crew.
I'm going to like push through his little fur, and I'm gonna reach.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna reach out with my hand with 100 gold, and like, here, 100 gold. We don't have time for this shit. Let's go.
Oh my.
All right, thank you. I appreciate your business. And then he'll like stick out a card, and if you want any more of the stuff or have any other medical needs that you're interested in, or I'm your man. So just give me a call. That's Carl Donaldson.
I'm not gonna take the card and be like, Donaldson, we'll remember. We're not interested for the card. Thank you. We're busy. We have things to do.
As they like run off, I politely take the card, and I go, "Thank you for your time and help and information."
You're quite welcome. I hope it's helpful, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
And yeah, you guys run off back to your room.
At this point, I came downstairs. Is that okay? Is that like fair to say, Tyler?
I think you're coming downstairs right as Desto had given him the gold and was turning around to leave.
Do you guys just turn me around to follow you up, or what?
Yes.
I'm just gonna
Yes.
pocket it then for future use. But
All right.
I glare at. Is it Carl with a C or Carl with a K?
Carl with a C.
I stare at him. I don't like him. I hate salesmen, and I will take out all my frustration on him.
You hate salesmen, yet you are a salesman for Grimfrost.
It's a
There is-
lifestyle, not a salesman.
It's a lifestyle brand.
You have to call him.
And you know what? I
It ain't
stand.
much, but it's a living.
I put my
so
name
much
behind everything I
in your
make.
character still.
I put. I stand behind every product I produce. Unlike this, I'll tell you about it later. This guy's a bad man. You said Carl with a C or K?
Sledge is
Carl with a
literally
C.
The guy from the meme. He's the guy from the meme that's like, it ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yeah.
No, because he doesn't do honest work.
All right, real quick, AJ, or excuse me, Sledge, you can add the item Keotomes. So that is Keoghtom. That should help like start the search in D&D Beyond. You can add that ointment.
So it's actually okay. So it's actually something. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That was the question.
Well, so
So-
it's something. So Keoghtom, and that should pop the item up for you. I can't imagine anything else has that name. I'll type it out for you and drop it in the chat. But basically, this item is real, but the modified version is something that I kind of added to. So
Okay.
you will have to add that the odd number, it works as stated, and on even numbers of a d4, it actually does that amount of damage to the person.
Okay. You said even is bad.
Even is bad in this case.
Okay. Cool.
So there you go. And then, yeah, you guys run back upstairs into the room. And to clarify, so you're going back upstairs. You're going back to your room.
We're going upstairs to check the other rooms up there for an empty room. So we're gonna knock on doors until we get no answer and try to see if we can use the key to unlock it to see if be like, hey, so she can rest.
Okay. Yeah, Kayla, what's up?
Can I just go back to our room because I don't want to leave the dragon there by itself?
I kind of imagine that you didn't leave the room.
I kind of was
That was
thinking
that was
I wasn't
my
sure
impression.
because I'm underneath the rug with it, right?
If you would like to say that you did not leave the room, I am happy to go along with that.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
So
I have
you're
a question. I have a question real quick when you're done. Sorry.
okay. No, you're totally good. What's your question?
So this is the innkeeper, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Is
innkeeper,
there
correct?
anyone else keeping the inn?
So that question had already been asked. So apologize for not including that in the refresher. Yes, but not until later. She's kind of the one person managing the whole inn because it's like mid-afternoon right now. And then
Okay.
later in the evening, then there will be someone else that comes and helps manage like the back of house stuff.
Okay, so as we're, I'd say as we're going up, I would assume I'm probably with Buck directly. I'm gonna tell him like, one of us has to keep the bar and stuff while she's out, right? I mean, that's probably the only way she would forgive us.
That makes sense to me. Do you have any bard experience? I can do it, but
I think I know someone that would.
okay,
And
that is a good idea.
I'm gonna tap Buck, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, go upstairs, get Bobby Joe, and tell her to get her stuff together and meet me down here, and I'm gonna start doing what I can. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna make it work.
Am I around close enough to hear this?
Yeah, you guys have not
Sure,
split up from the
yeah.
group yet.
Desto, I will head downstairs and take care of it. What I want all of you to do is get her into a bed, resting. You will hang out in our room. We will clean up that window the best you guys can. I will man the bar downstairs. As soon as everybody leaves, we are leaving. We do not want to be caught or counted as criminals here. We will pay for the room and the damages, and we will leave and stay at another place. I will send you guys a message on the sending stone when we are all clear.
I also think that it might leave a sizable tip for this innkeeper for the damages that that we caused and for her silence.
I agree, which is why I said damages.
What exactly is broken?
My
the
heart.
window.
The window and the door.
It doesn't have to happen right now, but overall plan, Tyler, I don't know if this is allowed. I don't know if this is the way the spell is intended. Can Sledge put on his goggles and start casting mending, and almost like it's a welding thing with his finger, and just kind of fixing the window and the door and everything like that as he magically welds all this together?
I will confirm that's how the spell works, but for now we will say yes. So Kayla is in the room. You're welding things together. Seymour is tending. Excuse
Who's
me.
Kayla?
Correct. Bobby Joe is still with the dragon. Sledge is welding things. Seymour is tending bar. Desto has one more thing. What do you got, Desto?
So, after he talks to me, I'm gonna nod my head and like, okay. And as he goes to walk away, I'm gonna take one of my marbles out of the tan bag of tricks, and I'm gonna throw it on the ground. And I'm gonna get. Let's see what we got here. It's gonna be a tiger, and I'm gonna command it. Help Seymour out with the bar.
No, I don't want a tiger to help me with the bar.
Gee.
Okay.
It's great.
And I picture him like saying this as I sit
There's
down, like,
literally a
turning
scene
around.
of like.
I
the
picture him
edge of the-
turning around like, no, I don't want a tiger. I'm like, I'm doing the best I can.
Go back
No,
upstairs.
he's helping. And I'm just
Okay.
gonna, the tiger's gonna like turn around and like help him.
Okay, let's resolve all of this. So first, let's go to Buck with the innkeeper. You know, the person that's got the goose egg that's bleeding still. How are we dealing with her? This is incredible.
Yeah, I am. I guess I'm doing what Seymour told me to do, and I'm going. Okay.
Okay. Roll me a d8.
Okay. Uh-oh. 1.
Cool. You don't hear anything after you knock.
Great. I look around for the innkeeper's keys, and I try and unlock the door.
Okay.
I'll check the door to see if it's locked, and then if it is unlocked, then I'll just open it.
The door is locked, but you can do an investigation check for the innkeeper's keys.
I thought somebody had them. I thought that the whole point of what just occurred is that somebody grabbed the innkeeper's keys.
I don't believe
I can
so.
lockpick it.
You're with him.
It was said that she was trying to use the keys to get in as we did. We know she had keys with her somewhere along the way. So whether we're searching for them on her body or on the floor or in the keys or in the door still, I don't know, but I know the keys were at least mentioned.
I don't believe the keys were ever like what's the word I'm looking for? They were never like reobtained or acquired. So
at the bare minimum, there might be some finagling or luck rolls involved, but at the very worst, if we can't find them, I could at least use the blessing of the forge and make keys. As long as they're not magical, it says I can make anything.
Well, you're busy doing something else.
I'm saying I have all night to do this, so
Sure.
bartending takes a while.
Because Tyler wants to make me suffer, I will roll an investigation check.
No.
To try and
I don't know. This is not me making you suffer. This is the consequences of your actions.
Allowing you to suffer.
Tyler.
I'm not making it. I'm allowing it.
I find it hilarious that the most charismatic person's tending the bar, which makes sense. But the lady with the goose egg is going to wake up and either have Buck in front of her to explain what is going on, or Sledge,
or Desto.
Yeah, or me.
Can I ask? Is Bucket within
You were not here. You were in a completely different room, Sledge. You.
Cool. I'm smoking a cigar while I weld.
Throwing
it out there.
And DM's turns. Fuck off.
All right, what'd you get?
Do less,
How does a 12 sound?
12 sounds like you look around in the space and do not find them.
I picked the lock.
Okay. Slide. I believe that's thieves' tools plus proficiency, unless you took expertise in that. So it's a dex check plus proficiency.
Okay. Did I take?
Probably not. I would guess.
I don't. Okay, I don't think I did.
Yeah. No. Okay. I mean, you're still adding plus 8 to it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. That's 22.
All right. Cool. It's a pretty simple lock. You click through it and open the door into a dark room. And as you do so and both take a step inward, you hear, "What the fuck?" as this guy that was in the room grabs the bed sheets and pulls them over his naked form.
I'm gonna slam the door. I'm gonna just look at Buck wide-eyed, nope, we need another room.
I will then look on her person for these keys that seemingly have clipped through the entire through the game.
I picture myself having the goggles of night on, which look through the window and be like, I saw more than you did, buddy.
Um,
I saw more than you did, guy.
Buck is just, I don't want to know.
I was like
Um,
at a point where I was
the-
like, oh, with the one and all this, like they'll probably get into a room fine.
That's what
Okay,
I
you open
thought
the
too.
door, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh god, that was perfect.
So DM, may I look for the keys on her person, or was that a part of my investigation check?
No, at this point, you guys find the keys that were on her person. They made their way into a pocket somehow. Um,
Sure. Okay. No, that's totally fine. I just I hold up the keys and it's just why didn't we look in her pockets? And I will go to the next. I'll knock on the next room, and just housekeeping.
yeah, you actually go like one or two rooms with like a please don't disturb, occupied, and it's actually like the third room before you are able to just, it's empty, you enter, and there's no one in there. And you lay her down in the bed, and with that, we're going to cut to Sledge. So, Sledge, after examining the rules of mending, you are able to cover a foot at a time. You are also able to patch things that are there. You are not able to create something that isn't there with mending. So if you would like to use different magic, but you had a window that broke outwards and the glass shattered down to the ground. There are still
All right.
remnants there, but you can either patch it in a different way or forge the glass or leave it, but in keeping with the physics of things.
I would have totally said fuck it and just fabricate a whole new window and door, but I don't have a spell slot available.
Mm,
Actually, let me double check.
sure.
Um,
And you're in the room with Bobby Joe and the dragon.
Yeah.
Bobby Joe, give
It
me
is on.
one more animal handling check for the dragon. Excuse me.
17.
Yeah, dragon seems to be behaving pretty well right now. Now that all the excitement has died down, its mood has died down, and is probably laying peacefully near you, not unlike Raider.
Um, I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and worry about the frame. I'll worry about the glass later, so I'm just worrying about the frame, the door itself, anything that's broken that I can fix. I'm just on
Sure.
like a little magic finger welding spree.
Yeah, that sounds good. You see that the door kind of was just knocked straight off of its hinges. So you take a moment to reset that and fix the hinges. Um, Deal with some minor damage to the door frame pretty easily. Um, and take care of everything with the window. And then we will cut to Seymour. Seymour, you're downstairs with a tiger.
The tiger's back upstairs. The tiger is back
The
upstairs.
tiger, I believe, stayed. I believe by the rules of
Stays,
this
I
bag
can
of
hand it in to
tricks.
help you.
Oh my gosh.
Where did the tiger come from? What did I miss?
Okay, so you cut out. Desto drew from his bag of tricks, and pulled the like ball that turns into a tiger, and Desto, in trying to help, offered Seymour a tiger to help him tend bar.
A tiger.
Yep. So,
Okay.
That was everyone's reaction.
yep. I mean, nothing else to say, but yes, that's what happened.
I'm out. He followed the thing that says "Help Seymour," right? That was his command.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I will be at the bar, and I will grab a rag, and I'll roll it up nice and tight, and I will put it in its mouth. And I go, you know what would really help me out right now? If you take that upstairs to the big furry one and stay with him.
Okay, now I need to pull up Tiger's stats.
He doesn't listen.
Is that too
I...
much? It might be too much.
We're about to find
I don't
out.
think that's too much. I don't think that's too much.
Is the intelligence higher than a 2?
It's a 3.
That's enough.
It understands basic commands.
Basic commands, yes. So I
Does Buck
think
know that there's a giant tiger on the way with a towel?
I can hand a towel and point. That's a basic command.
All right,
You-
so I'm gonna role play this out. The tiger comes up to me, and I see him walk in the room and like, damn it, he outsmarted me.
you hear the tiger just with the rag still in its mouth and kind of bump at Buck as it like kind of looks up expectantly.
I'm gonna send the tiger away out of frustration.
Poor tiger.
Poor buddy.
I have a tiger and a dragon.
All right. The
The
tiger
tiger's temporary.
looks
Okay,
at
that's
Buck,
fair.
looks back at Desto, looks back at Buck, looks back at Desto, and in the absence of any action from Buck, will eventually walk slowly away.
Wait, what?
No, I mean
what-
like I'm gonna
I
like
didn't-
unsummon him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm gonna like
I'm
gonna go
give
to
him
call
some
it-
little.
I'm gonna go to unsummon him, and then I'm gonna like be like, oh wait, and I'm gonna pet his head for a minute, and then recall.
Yeah, I'm gonna scratch him underneath his chin and just be like, "Good kitty."
So here's the thing, Desto. I believe we played it. Well, have we played it where you can unsummon him like that?
I don't think we've ever.
We've never
Had that
bumped into
option,
this
like-
issue, have we?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't.
according
Does it say
to
I can't?
the rules of the Bag of Tricks, the creature vanishes at next dawn or when it is reduced to 0 hit points.
Oh my
That's fine. I'll just
do
leave
it,
I'll just leave it
Desto.
around then. I'll just leave it around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I'll just
that.
tell him to just heal by me.
So the conflicting commands, it is going to obey you, but it is also going to take 4 points of psychic damage from its contradicting orders.
Okay.
But eventually heals beside you.
Let's tell him he's a good boy.
And Seymour, we'll cut back to you very briefly. You see now the bar is just you and the young couple. And you can just kind of chill at the front desk. It seems like they're freaked out enough that they're done drinking and are kind of quickly wrapping up with what they've got to go back to their room.
I was just going to like come on down like at the bar, be like at the front and all that, just be like, hey, I'm so sorry about what happened. Like, if you guys want, I'll pay for you guys to have another drink if you want one before. I really am sorry, guys.
I mean,
About
that's
disturbing your night.
that's all right, Mister. We didn't realize that this was the kind of stuff that went on here in the big city, so we probably ought to just stay safe and get back to our room.
My first time in this town too, so I'm learning as I'm going. What part of the area are you guys from?
We're from out in kind of Sticks area, so about oh gosh, probably north near the coast, but sort of in the mountain plateau region. You got a
Two
farm out there.
questions.
Yeah.
for the DM.
Okay.
That way you're not going back.
Uh-huh.
Can I roll a history
Fantasy
check?
name generators. What's up?
Can I roll a history check on two things?
Sure.
One, if I actually have a general idea of like the landscape of this continent and understanding like where he is talking about, and B, a history check separately about Bobby Joe's history, remembering which small town she was from.
I
Okay.
remember.
I need to remember.
You
though.
can roll a history check. We're gonna say we'll do one check. DC 10 to remember where Bobby Joe is from. DC 15 to have a general understanding of kind of the geography of the area.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair, and I'll take a 21.
Cool. You know both. Bobby Joe is from a small town, sort of situated near the middle of the continent, called Parma.
Okay.
And then the area that he is talking about, yeah, towards the north, there is a series of plateaus known as the Knuckles. And then there is also a series of mountains sort of to the far east on the continent. But the area that he's talking about is known as the Knuckles.
Okay. And the town we're currently in is in the south, right?
Correct. Yeah, if you think about the continent as like a hand, he's true. Like that's why they're called the Knuckles. Is he's in this area of the continent. You guys are like here, and then there's another like the continent cuts off basically at the watch band.
Okay. So is there? Perfect. That gives me enough. So I would jump back into the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've got a friend who was from Parma. Didn't know if you guys maybe went through that way or not on your way down here.
No, not from Parma. Didn't they have they've been having something going on. I forget what, but and then you hear that she pipes up and it's just like, yeah, I think I heard the mayor's got killed or kidnapped or something.
Yeah, we heard a bunch of different rumors and we're not sure what was true, but our friend, one of them upstairs, is from Parma, so we're heading this way to go investigate a bit. So, I'll be honest, death and kidnapping aren't two good options for what we needed to hear there. So that's unfortunate, but just didn't know if you guys had stopped there on the way since you said you came from up north.
No, sorry, sir. You're not. Are you meeting with the mayor?
We family of the mayor.
All right.
So we were trying to figure out what's going on. That's all.
All right. Well,
But please, get you guys another drink or something. You made the trip all the way down here. I don't want to spoil your good fun.
well, if you serve us another drink, we'll take it and take it back to our room. Just because, my wife's allergic to cats, and I also have a fear of tigers.
You know, that I could not sympathize with you guys more. I will go get you guys. Do you guys like wine?
Sure.
Let me get you a nice bottle of wine. You guys can take it up to the room. And once again, I'm so sorry for everything that happened.
Mm.
All the commotion and trouble for you.
It's all right. Little excitement for the honeymoon, you know. All right. Well, cool. So you go get them a bottle of wine. I assume you get something that's not the cheapest, but
Right in the middle, hopefully.
right in the middle. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. So you get them the bottle of wine, and then they peel off. You see that Carl Donaldson is no longer here. He must have either gone back to his room or left in the kind of moments that you guys were conversing amongst yourselves. And yeah.
Okay. I will hop on the sending stone and I will call Bobby Joe in the
Okay.
room. And I assume that everybody's kind of back in the room by this point.
At this point, no, Buck and Desto are still tending to Innkeeper. Because
Perfect.
they were
Okay.
taking a few minutes to heal her up, and then we cut away before they actually did anything other than put her in a
I
bed.
actually have a conversation that probably would be had with Bug while we're in there.
Okay, we will come back to that after Seymour's Sending Stone. But thank you for letting me know.
So I'll call on and be like, "Hey, Bobby Joe, you there?"
I'll answer and be like, "Yup, I'm here. I haven't really moved."
Is Sledge fixing the window
By the
and the
sounds of
door?
it,
Okay. Buck and Desto are getting the innkeeper to a room so that she can try to rest this off. The coast is cleared down here. Once everybody comes back and we have everything fixed, grab all the stuff, call me, because we're going to go find a different inn to stay at. I think it's best that we don't stay here for the night.
what are we doing with Zane?
We are going to put him in your bag and hope to hide him the best we can. Don't know what to
Okay.
do about that yet.
We'll just wing it.
Just about the way we do everything, right?
Cool.
So once everybody gets up there, let me know so I can let you guys know the coast is clear so that we can sneak out without anybody knowing.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so you start working on those things. We'll cut back to Buck and Desto. You've put her in a bed. You had the tiger appear with a rag, and now he's just sort of holding that, and it is getting damper and damper by the minute as he's laying sort of in the
I'll
corner.
take the rag.
All right,
I'll take the rag so that he's not having to hold it.
cool. Yeah. You pull the rag from his mouth. It is how's the detail? 100 word. Yeah. So there's like a corner of it that's kind of damp, but the rest of it remained dry because you took it before it set too long. And
Perfect.
yeah, you guys are
Sling it over my shoulder.
approaching the innkeeper, and let me know what you guys are doing to attack, or not attack, but like to attack healing her, and what you're also discussing.
Stab her in the chest.
Leave no
So
witnesses.
Is she under like a sleep spell?
She is still currently under the sleep spell. Yeah, I gotta
Do
check
that,
the
Seymour?
wording of that, but Seymour had put her to sleep last session.
Yeah, it's 1 hour, so it's probably
Close to wearing off.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Question. This is a DM question.
Yeah.
Would it be safe to assume, with my history here, because I've been here before, if she wakes up and we're gone, and she remembers all of us, are we gonna have? Is it reasonable to assume we're gonna have some slack to deal with involving this? Like, some people are gonna be looking for us.
So I will tell you this. This feels like information that doesn't necessitate a roll. The answer to that question is truly only about how well connected she is. You are in a city that is, to put it mildly, governed by
By the gang.
by not even by the gang, but just sort of like an old west sort of, or not even old west, but just the principle of whoever is strong enough to take something has the ability to take it, and her ability to put retribution on you guys is only extends as far as her power does. So if she's aligned with the gang, you may have some issues. If she's aligned with other forces or is like secretly magical or something, maybe. But I think you can play the average here and recognize that more than likely, you guys could walk away from this and be totally fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna look to Buck and just like, Buck, what are we gonna do here? Like, are we just gonna leave? And
I think that we leave her a sizable, uh, you know, bag of gold and write her a little note and said, "Sorry, we fucked up. We left. Here's to cover the damages and uh, your pain or whatever," and then go about our business. We very easily could have killed her, but we didn't. We put her in bed and we made sure that she was okay. So I don't know why she would do anything to do it with us. I just think that if we have to make this right monetarily, but I think that we should probably just put her in the bed and go. But I don't know the laws of this place.
it it all depends, honestly. This could end up really bad, but most likely it won't. But there is that chance that this could end up really bad. Hopefully, we're not around long enough to have to worry about it.
I'd hope you mean that in the sense that we're not going to physically be here. I don't want you doing anything crazy and leaving, or dying. That would be really terrible.
No, I didn't mean it like that. No.
Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah. No, I mean that
Okay,
we're not.
that
Hopefully, we're not going to be around here for much longer to have to worry
gotcha.
about anyone coming after us. You know what I mean?
Uh, Fair. But between you and me, this unconscious lady and the tiger, I think that we could take just about anything this town could throw at us. And then I kind of look around and
That's fair.
I'm like on the bedside table, like hopefully, like knock on wood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Buck and just like, I just don't want to have to deal with killing anymore, unless we have to.
I agree. This is not the path of the warrior that I set for, and this is not what I envisioned when I came eventually. Um, we have to do what we have to do, and I will protect you all um, by my life or death or killing of others. That is, but I hope we don't have to actually do any real killing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, how much gold do you think we should leave?
I well, DM, do I was I paying attention? The room was like 5 gold, 10 gold.
I think it was maybe, oh gosh. I believe 2 gold for all of you guys, and also to have like breakfast in the morning. It wasn't
Okay,
expensive.
yeah. I mean, 50 gold, I think would be totally fine. But sorry, I wasn't saying that in character. The 50 gold, I think would be perfect, but 100 gold, 100 gold's more than 50 gold. But I mean, I don't currently have any. I am not liquid right now.
I'm
No, I have things. I don't have any gold.
and I'm just gonna
Buck's
look at
currently not liquid
I,
because Seymour is.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna look at Buck just like I got it, and I'm gonna grab the 100 gold. Um, I'm gonna place it. Is there like a nightstand next to the bed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, ooh, wait a sec. Oh, we have jewelry worth 500 gold pieces. So what I'll do is that you start. No, wait. Hold on a sec. And I will pull out like is there like so this is I believe we got from like that cave
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago. Um So with this, could I potentially like find like a nice little brooch or neck or something? Um,
Yeah, we'll say it's
to
5 pieces of like a necklace, 2 earring or a set of earrings, like a bracelet, a brooch, and a ring.
describe the earrings to me
If these came from the
on the spot.
cave, yeah, appreciate that, alley oop. The earrings probably are. We'll go with like there's a bit of a chain for like I'm not gonna even attempt to do measurements, but just like they dangle a little bit, and then there is a like wide circle gem, sort of this blue and like blue granite almost attached, that kind of hangs in like a ring from the chain for each of the earrings or
Um,
disc
Buck
rather.
then Buck looks at the earrings, is about to place them on the thing,
Play.
holds them up to his ears for a second, says, just kind of gives a little shrug, puts them back into his bag, puts the brooch on instead.
I'm just gonna look at Buck and just shake my head.
Incredible.
um,
Not what I expected.
Nor I.
this is now something that I'm thinking about. Brent, the person, recently got his ear.
That's
So,
true.
Hell yeah.
Nah.
Rick the person.
So that is something that I'm now beginning to. Buck will then just like, oh, these are kind of nice. Buck also has 8 earrings on each ear.
Mm-hmm. Buck
Comes
has a
back,
lot.
leaves,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Buck
So-
leaves the brooch.
So we're gonna have the 100 gold on the nightstand, the brooch, and I'm gonna put a potion of healing on there.
Okay,
Ooh.
but not administering it.
Correct.
Okay.
And
Then you guys exit the room.
do any of
I
us have
think
like
leave her
like,
key.
like paper or anything?
I'm fine saying that all of you have access to like scrap paper.
Okay. I'd say I pull out the scrap paper and start writing on start writing the note on the nightstand, and
Okay.
it's just like terrible chicken scratch, pun intended. And
Ah.
I'm going to like completely just it just looks terrible, and I'm gonna look at it, crinkle it up, pull out another piece of paper, and I'm gonna go here, write the note, please. It's not working for me.
Buck writes this note, and in a very like, surprisingly delicate hand. His writing is like very small, and you can see that it's because Buck is very deliberate in the writing, and will kind of hastily scribble. Um, Sorry for all of the trouble that we caused. Hopefully, this can make up for some of it. Um, Best wishes, and P.S. I think the brooch would look nice with your, and leave it on, leave it on the table.
Okay.
I figure that we'll leave her keys on the bedside. Is there a way to like you know how you can like put a door on the inside and then like close it,
Yeah.
or is it like a deadbolt?
Fantasy
there's
world, deadbolts only.
Yeah, I think fantasy. No. There is certainly the option for you guys to kind of flip something into the door frame and have it kind of stay cracked open.
No. I want like the door to be closed and locked so nobody's like going in and bothering.
Oh, gotcha.
but, like,
Then there was a
we
deadbolt
can't
because that's
let
what you guys would have picked to get in.
But he
Well,
said he
okay,
wants
so
to be
then-
able
then-
to lock the door and then leave,
as we're leaving.
so that it's like, you know, like a button lock where it's like you lock it from the
I
inside.
see. Yeah, no, it is deadbolt.
Can you shove the keys under
Okay.
the door? Is there a space?
Yeah.
There would be a space for that. There would be a space for that. The other option is
Okay.
Desto already picked the lock, so there's no reason that he couldn't unpick it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
I
how
guess
actual
that,
lock picking works, but it does for the purposes of this
It
game.
is. You can you can
appreciate
lock.
that.
You can. It's a little more difficult,
Sure.
but in real life, not that I actually know how to
Uh
pick a
huh.
lock or
Yep.
anything, but it is possible to relock a door by picking,
Cool. So yeah, you guys
particularly if you know how to unlock it.
leave the room. You lock the door behind you. You rejoin the party, or rather, you rejoin Bobby Joe and Sledge. Sledge has now fixed the door and the door frame and all the damage that Buck was responsible for causing, and then the window just sort of
Say it
sits
like it's a
there.
bad thing.
I mean, that yeah. Ignoring you. The window still sits with shattered glass. There's a couple of like shards that stick and like remain in the window frame, but there's certainly outside air blowing in. And you see that Bobby Joe has begun packing your things and is pretty close to being done packing them.
You said I'm
Perfect.
done. I'm done doing the repairs.
You're done with the door. If you would like to revisit the window, you may. Otherwise, you're just kind of cooling your heels or whatever you're up to.
Well, he just left, but I'm gonna put my hand out, and be like, Buck, 5 silver pieces. I don't work for free.
This is something we should discuss later. I'm not very liquid at the moment.
I'm gonna leave that as an IOU.
Okay.
Your voice sounds lighter.
It probably is. Buck like stands up a little taller, puffs out his chest a little bit. And yeah.
I don't think there's anything else we can do. Seymour, you still at the bar?
Still at the bar, waiting on Bobby Joe's phone call to let me know when you guys are about to head so that I can let you know if the coast is still clear.
So we should probably finish packing.
Yeah, I'll say unless there's any conversations you guys want to have, you guys finish packing up, and Seymour, you get the phone call from Bobby Joe, or the sending stone call.
So I'm just tired. I want to sleep, dude. Fucking.
Is the coast clear?
I look around, make sure the coast is still clear,
Yeah,
and I assume that it is.
it is.
So, yep, coast is clear. You guys go ahead, head to the next hotel. Let me know when you get there, and I'll meet you guys there. I'll stay here until I get your word or until the replacement comes later.
Okay, we'll give you a call as soon as we get there. So is it safe to say that I'm attempting to stuff my dragon in my bag?
I think that is.
I will say this. You don't have to. I just threw that out there as a suggestion. If you can think of a better way to hide him, go for it. In that conversation, that was what I mentioned.
I don't know if there's a better way to hide them. Wait, do we have invisibility cloaks that we got from that magic shop guy?
Invisibility cloaks were not part of the deal.
I don't believe so.
Anyway.
We got brooms, and I got a very special cloak, but not everybody got cloaks.
Yeah, you guys could go through either your spells or your magic items in your inventory to see if there's something going on. I don't have full recollection of everything you guys have because I gave you a lot, or you bought a lot. So I am sure that there might be an option or two. I don't know whether or not they would be appropriate. And then, all right, so here we go. Actually, Kayla, in Bobby Joe's inventory, you have the Dust of Disappearance.
Ooh.
So,
How
What
does
are we
that work
attempting to do?
to disguise, hide, cast invisibility on,
Conceal the dragon.
conceal the dragon. You can use that Dust of Disappearance. I believe it's just the one use. Yeah, one's single
I
use,
don't.
but it
Oh,
would.
single use.
It is
Damn.
single use. Um, Sorry that I haven't given you guys enough magic items, but
Oh, yeah. How dare you,
you
Tyler?
can have any creature within a 10-foot space goes invisible for 2d4 minutes. Um, so if you would like to make just the dragon, or I'll say you could do the dragon and one other person can go invisible, and you'll roll, see how many minutes you get. Might be enough to find a hotel, might not.
Is there any way someone can just make like maybe try to disguise it to look not like a dragon? Is that a possibility?
Um, you could attempt that if anybody's got proficiency and has a disguise kit and wants to spend the time to do it. Like I said, there's probably a multitude of options here. I, as the DM, am shepherding you guys, but I will not tell you your options.
What if I just use invisibility on the dragon?
That would also work.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
would definitely want to make sure you're still like latched to the dragon somehow.
Yeah,
I was
with a
going to
harness.
say we want to make sure that we're next and holding on to it still.
Well, do you have any illusions or anything like that too? You can just make it look like your tiger there, right?
The only illusions I have is the deck of illusions, and that one.
I also feel like a tiger is still going to draw attention.
Yes,
That would be
but
accurate.
if we can draw
Dragon.
attention to the tiger and not to the dragon in a bag,
Are we going to set
that
the
is
tiger
the
loose
art
in the
of
next hotel?
misdirection.
Now, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to stay within a certain location for invisibility to work, or no?
The
No.
creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Doesn't have to. You just have to be able to touch it, but it doesn't have to stay within a
The
certain.
creature becomes invisible, not like
Cool.
you're casting invisibility on the space.
Right.
Nope, I just wanted to make sure because it's like on their way out, I can cast invisibility on it too because I have more spell slots that I can help out with. So, how about that? We cast invisibility on the dragon. Now, Joe, you're going to realize that you're weirdly holding an invisible object because they're going to be staring at the tiger, and just slink to the back, don't say anything, and draw attention to yourself, get us a hotel room, and call it a night. Does that sound like a plan, guys?
That makes
Is
sense
the
to me.
dragon small enough for me to carry?
Saint Bernard size. It is a medium-sized creature. I believe.
I was going to say, I
Let
don't
me double
think
check
I-
that.
Wow.
But I believe it's a medium-sized creature.
Wait, that's. But we carried the egg around?
We went over. So
I mean,
we did go over this
yeah,
last
well,
time that the dragon
Yeah,
hatched
it-
at a larger size than the egg itself was.
Duh, it is physics.
I did
the
not
egg is
remember
certain
that.
size
Yeah.
and the dragon
cool.
is bigger than the egg.
It's
Makes sense.
magic.
That's why it's breaking out of the egg, is because it's bigger than it.
Duh.
I did
I
not
guess then
remember
that-
that conversation, so thank you for refreshing me on that.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't really know how we're gonna do this.
I guess then I have to hold
I
it.
pictured it is still smaller.
I guess. I'm just.
Can't,
How
can't
intelligent
Buck just
is the dragon?
can't Buck carry it?
Duh.
Buck could carry it with
I
the.
Even though it's heavy, he's so big.
I do have a strength of 19, and
And he's got
I believe
extra
that
long
I have
arms so he can go around it. And he's
Yeah.
got the
Hold
guiding
on, I believe I
helmet.
also have powerful build. Yes, so I count as one size larger, determining your carrying capacity and your weight. You can push, drag, or lift.
Buck would be able to carry it without a strength check. It is a medium-sized dragon, and its intelligence. I don't know that you guys have had it long enough to gather, but it does seem to have, we'll say, decent intelligence. It's certainly more intelligent than the tiger.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it is entirely possible that this dragon is more intelligent than I am.
What's your intelligence score?
Yet to be determined.
Yet to be determined. I will not comment, but thank you for letting me know your intelligence score.
So, before we cast this spell and do anything, can I explain to the dragon what's going on, even if he doesn't fully comprehend it?
I'm never gonna say no to that.
Like, just kind of like pet his chin and be like, okay, buddy, we're gonna have to try to sneak you out of here. So you have to be good.
Talk to her baby voice.
Oh, this is my mom voice.
You
right
see
now.
it sort of like lean with the scratching, and you explain to it. I will say that you see sort of like recognition that you are talking to it, but beyond that, not so much anything.
Okay.
It's just
Well,
sort of
try.
making eye contact, meaningful eye contact with you, but then kind of just goes back to doing hot dragon things. Cool. So the plan, as I understand it, is Buck is carrying an invisible dragon out of here. Invisible thanks to a spell from Seymour. You guys are leaving here to find a new hotel. The tiger will be tagging along with you, which you are hoping draws a distraction from the fact that a Sasquatch will have its arms out like this and appears to be carrying something heavy.
No, I will be carrying it in a backpack. Duh.
Okay, so it will just be a backpack.
Party backpack.
Okay, understood.
Run and jump.
Cool.
Carry a backpack while you run.
That sounds good to me. So, yeah, I don't have any issues with that plan. You guys walk out of here. Is there anything you would like to do in the tavern before we say goodbye to it forever?
Like I said, I'm still standing here until they find the new one.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, we'll have the party wander a couple of streets, and you will actually see a place that's got like a banner over the sign, or what appears to have been the old sign, and people are actively painting the outside of this hotel, and the banner says Botel, BEAW hyphen tell.
That is clever.
Thank you.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yep, you're welcome.
Guys, I'm not here. I have to leave all of these decisions to your better judgment now.
So you guys are walking by. You see that it is getting painted in this like, just like gold shiny paint. And you see a number of like what appear to be outlaws wandering around the outside. And then like a few normals kind of coming in and out as well, if you sit there long enough. Would you like to step inside here, or would you like to continue looking?
I'll turn Bobby Joe and like, where is good?
We're not worried about the criminals?
I turn and I gaze at giant metal encased dwarf, scary Kenku who can stab you 100 different ways. Bobby Joe covered in bullets and like guns and things. Me, giant hairy Sasquatch man. Bard who
Not with you.
who is I turn and look and it's that ding ding like thing where he's like not there and it's like, well, there's at least 4 of us. I'm not worried about any puny outlaw. I think we can handle them.
Good point. Alright, let's go for it.
All right, you walk inside, and
Hey man, you're not here.
You walk inside and you see
My
a
confidence
place
level is at an all-time high.
that is in the midst of renovation. There is carpet being put down as you speak, or as you walk in, and a bar is being constructed, but is still functional. They're serving people in the midst of this renovation. As someone comes up to you in a suit, but is very clearly wearing their like outlaw clothes underneath the suit jacket, and
Sure.
has like slicked his hair back with potentially just his own grease. It may not be hair gel.
Yummy.
Um,
Yummy.
and just comes up and says, "All right, how y'all doing today? Are you looking for a room at the Botel?"
The Botel. Is that what you said?
The Botel, newly acquired, currently renovating.
What time of day is it?
I would say it's like sunset at this point.
Sunset. Are they still working?
Oh yeah,
Is there any stone? Or
there's
is
no
this all
stone.
wood?
This is all wooden. I think the only stone in this place would be the granite countertop that is currently being installed at the bar.
Oh, I go
Damn.
immediately to go inspect.
Oh, my fucking...
As soon as I'll kind of turn, watch him go, and just we would like another room, please.
All right, just one.
One big bed.
If that's one's big bed.
All right, I'll see what I can do. We can put you up in a room with a big bed, and if you'll just give us a moment to get that situated, that'll be all right with a gold a night.
That seems reasonable.
All right.
DM question.
Yeah.
Have they noticed the tiger?
Jayla?
I think, out of fairness for me not acknowledging it at this point, the only thing that they will have noticed is kind of as you guys like start to walk away, or as he like starts to walk to like go set up the room, he will like look back and be like, "So the pet deposit will be another 5 silver a night. Is that all right?"
That's fine.
All right.
Do you have any pet beds?
He grits his teeth and I'm sure we'll be able to find some accommodation for you because customer service
I'll kind of
is our highest priority.
I'll kind of lean in. And it's just we promise we will make it worth your while. I sorry for any inconvenience, and I would slip him money, but I don't. I will slip him a piece of beef jerky though.
You like stick out your hand, and he sticks it out expecting some cash, and as he like pulls the beef jerky back, he just looks up with just like a Joker smile, just directly at you. Wonderful, thank you, sir.
I'll turn and I'll kind of just be like, and I'll do that. If you want to try me, you can. I'm not gonna insist, but like I've got like the.
He's turning as you're like starting to gesture and get big. He's just turning, and you hear kind of that like that Muttley like Hanna-Barbera just like rush, 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 as he walks away.
Wonderful reference. DM, give yourself inspiration.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys now have a room. Sledge, you went and checked out the granite at the bar. You see it's this sort of pinkish red granite that has been polished within an inch of its life, that is being set in like 3 big pieces around a U-shaped bar.
Poor granite. What did they do to you? You deserve better.
You see like this very pretty elven woman in like button up and a vest that's designed to accentuate things, walks up. She's got her hair like pulled back in a ponytail, and is like, you're checking out our bar. It's very lovely, isn't it, sir?
It's a bar. Where did you get the granite from? What's the quality of this? And I give it a little knock.
You give it a knock. You get the feeling that it's pretty high quality. Probably not dwarven craftsmanship level, but probably about as good as you can expect from this part of the world. She says, it's from the finest craftsman, Zircon. Mr. Nopera spared no expense in getting this place set up. Would you like me to pour you one of our house whiskeys?
Can you say the name again, please? I'm sorry to break immersion and all that good stuff, but
Of which thing?
What do you say, Mr. Whatever?
Mr. Nopera.
Why do you think it's called the Botel, dumbass?
I don't know who Mr. Nopera is.
Are you
What?
serious?
Bo Napera, the guy we're supposed to meet with tomorrow.
Oh,
The
I know that
head
guy.
of the gangsters.
I know that guy, Bo. Why did you say Bo?
He did.
It's called the Botel.
It's the name of the hotel, and then Nopera as his last name because it sounds professional for the
No.
person to own the business.
Or you're back at the bar. I don't need this lit.
I love you
Are
guys
you-
so much.
This is the voice you wish you had on your shoulder right now, Sledge.
Are you the stonemason, or who's in charge of the granite countertop?
Well, we had some contractors we worked with, but they've dropped the piece off. They will be coming back tomorrow to complete the installation.
Oh my goodness. Listen here. If you want a good contractor, I grab out and give him the Grimfrost. Contact Grimfrost. We will work day and night with no breaks until this is installed. Did you ask for this pinkish color?
As I said before, I did not ask for anything. This is Mr. Nopera's choice and his team. He's put out every aspect of this project to bid amongst the city, and only the finest contractors were selected. But I can
Interesting.
pass
What's your
along
name, dear?
Angela.
Angela. Okay. Good to know. Angela Sledge. Grimfrost. Remember the name Grimfrost. We're
Certainly,
good.
sir.
And I turn around. I go back to my party. And do I pass the guy with the beef jerky?
No, he is off getting the room together.
Damn. Okay. I was gonna trade him a gold piece for beef jerky.
You're an idiot.
Oh, this is
Okay.
such chaos.
I
Yeah, so
would
the
say this
party's hanging out for a second. I think it's fair to say that you guys would have let Seymour know that you've secured other accommodations.
I'll take care. I'll get on the sending stone and ask for him because I'm kind of trailing, so I don't have anyone
Sure.
with me. If that's okay with the party.
Go for it, bud.
Right. Seymour, we need you, buddy. We got a new hotel, and the bar cop is terrible.
Don't forget to tell him what the hotel is called.
I'm not saying that. I don't care.
Okay, we'll just fucking hope
Okay,
he
so
shows
you
up.
guys found a spot. Where is it?
I described to it where it is.
Oh my god.
I pass him the directions.
So he,
I literally
oh,
like open the door to the other hotel and I look outside and be like, "You guys are?" Because it was like you said, it was like right across the way, right?
not right across the way. They probably went about 2 blocks down and 1 block to the left because they like saw the
Okay.
signage, and I'm not gonna make it that convenient, but it
No, I
is
thought it was
close.
literally like right across this corner. Like it was like, oh, so you just walk straight across the corner. That's what I thought. I was like, oh god, like really? I'll go. Okay. I will be here for a little while longer in hopes that when whoever's supposed to come take over at night gets here, let me know what room number you guys are, and I will head over.
I don't know what room number we are, but I'll send it as soon as I can.
We have not been given a room yet.
Mm.
Go.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Cool.
DM,
Yes, sir.
I would like to do something now. I would like to look around and make sure nobody's here, and I would transform shape.
Okay.
I would transform into. Let me see if I have the notes of said person in my notes here. I do. Uh, wait, hold on.
We will resolve this, by the way, and then we will take our 5-minute break.
I believe I have it somewhere, maybe in my other notes. Long story short, I would like to change into one of the other personalities that I have created, so that whoever is coming in as the night shift to replace will not know who I am.
Okay.
I will be disguising myself from that to explain the situation.
I think you've noted. Yes, it's in your notes section. You just didn't list it all the way down there, but it's in like the paragraph, the written form.
That's what I thought too. Okay. I will go with my third form, Chelsea.
Cool. Would you like to describe to the party, who is not here to see this, what this empty room now holds within it?
I will do it after the break.
Perfect. All right. Cool. And we're gonna take our 5-er. I am still gonna be recording because we do not have an editor anymore, but we will be back in 5 and resume the session.
Tyler, you should be proud of me. I wanted to do so much with that granite countertop, but I didn't. For the good of the set, I didn't.
Thank you for not going more off the rails. I appreciate it.
Did anyone else notice how my dog just cried and stole my spot? Or...
No.
Everybody left. It's fine.
Yeah, I love that we've gotten at least a full session out of just the fallout of y'all knocking out an innkeeper.
It truly only in spend several hours of time trying to fix just a single thing that you fucked up.
So sorry. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming here in a minute.
Yeah, better.
Are you threatening me?
Yes, I am actually. So glad I noticed. How's my video quality there, Tyler?
Video quality's all right. The audio is the thing that seems to be cutting in and out every now and then. I've been able to understand you, but there's been a few dropped words.
Gotcha. I will say that as a whole, this internet is significantly better than mine is. So
Good.
It may just be me to get a better computer, but as far as the internet connection goes, it could also just be shitty headphones.
Could be. They've worked well so far, though.
Yeah, I mean, for $20 headphones.
Mm-hmm. Kayla, for clarification, Knuckles was not in your notes. That was a DM edition.
Oh.
So you do not have to take blame for the odd naming. That was me.
Wait, are you talking about the message I sent about Parma?
There was one about Parma, and then you said, I don't know why it says Knuckles. Oh, with Parmesan cheese Knuckles. I gotcha. Okay.
So I was like,
Ah, yes, the
I was trying to.
familiar delicacy to everyone. Parmesan cheese Knuckles.
I think I was trying to use speak to text, and I think it picked up you guys talking in the background. And
Gotcha. Okay.
My dog just casually stole my chair mid-session. He literally looked at me and cried, and then shoved his ass up there.
He raided it from you.
Yep.
That's Frank. Wasn't that his name in Sarah? Frank?
I don't know.
Filbert?
No, when AJ turned the thing that Talisman faced in the arena. Wasn't his name Frank?
No. Oh, what was that thing's name?
Come on, man. You don't know who that is?
rated.
Come on.
No, I know.
That's my
I thought it was
boy.
Frank.
It's not
Not
Frank.
Frank.
It's not Frank.
You got the same number of letters in the name.
Bruce?
Bruce.
That's it.
Yeah, baby.
It was Bruce. That's right.
That's because that's what was Raider's original name.
I had the same
Really?
number of letters, man.
AJ said that he hated it, and our dog didn't have a name for like a good 2 weeks because he refused to let
I
me
didn't say I
call him
hated it.
Bruce.
It was up there, but I just didn't feel right. I regret it now, but I mean, doesn't matter. We got Bruce.
Thank God we didn't have a kid. Our kid would go months without a name.
Yeah. I'd have to- Shut up.
Raven and I have had a couple of hypothetical discussions about kid names, and I can already tell that that's going to be like a protracted argument going forward.
Better start right.
Which is why you just let me name the kid.
No,
No.
because then it's
Shit,
Ric Flair
Real
Wiseman.
Brett.
Definitely
No,
don't
I
let
would-
AJ name
I
your
would,
kid.
I would never.
The
Brett,
trick is to
things are heating up, dude.
Yeah. the trick is to
Yeah,
you
they
get
are.
the middle name. Make it whatever she wants is the first name, and then you can call it
No.
Clint or Ken
No.
or Clark.
Oh, no, 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 no,
No.
no. No, 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 no. Together, the two of them can pick the first name. I get the middle name.
Also,
No,
no.
Whatever you do, don't
I
let
think
AJ
we,
choose the
I
middle
think we
name.
just non-verbally agreed to this.
I think
So
we did
Brett
too.
gets the middle
And
name.
I would like it if you could to get her on the phone and we can confirm this. I like this plan.
No.
I think
Tyler,
that it really it fixes all the holes.
Do you know Jade's middle name?
Is it like Megatron or something?
Oh no, it's even
Skywalker.
better.
Skywalker.
Ah.
Skywalker. That's how you get the middle name because no one cares about the middle name, but you can make it cool.
People care about the middle name.
No, I can't.
Exactly.
Another
Yeah,
time.
that's why you give me.
Another time, I will explain our current argument and why all of these solutions do not address the core issue.
Who's having an
Some-
argument? This is a
Somebody
great
I work
discussion.
with, their nephew's name is Anakin Kylo.
That's actually kind of
That's
dope.
But they're a Star Trek
not
fan,
terrible.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think they even have ever seen the movies.
Oh my goodness.
That's hilarious.
See, but this reminds me of
No,
like
that's
when a bunch of parents named their daughter like Khaleesi before the final season of Game of Thrones came out, and everyone was just like, "No, we did a bad thing."
No,
I always
no,
loved
that's
the
not.
name Atticus.
Not as bad of a thing as
I love the name Atticus.
fucking writers.
Not as bad as the things the show did.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the
From
show
To Kill a
writers gotta be.
To Kill a Mockingbird is one of my top 5 favorite books of all time. I love it so much.
Did you read the second one? That was actually the first one.
Go Set a Watchman? No, I did not read that.
I bought it as soon as it came out.
My
Wow.
mom did too, and because To Kill a Mockingbird was her favorite book, and then she read it. It was like, this is awful. I hate this.
Really? I liked Go Set a Watchman better than To Kill a Mockingbird.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't
If
read
you're
it.
not really a metaphorical person, I could see where you wouldn't like it because it's heavily metaphorical.
That's fair. I have to thank To Kill a Mockingbird because when I was in my senior year of high school for AP English, we were doing British literature for our class, and I hated all the books that we had to read. And so it finally came time to do our final essay, and we had to like pick a book and then discuss like some of the major themes in it. And one of the books that was listed was To Kill a Mockingbird, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm picking this one. Forget all the other books that I had to read this year. I'm doing To Kill a Mockingbird. Haven't read this since freshman year. Let's go. Made a 4 on the AP exam.
Nice.
Hell
What's your
yeah.
favorite book ever?
Ooh. My
Single
favorite-
book, or am I allowed to pick a series?
The
Hatchet.
series counts.
Chronicles of
Hatchet
Narnia.
is Hatchet's a great
Good
pull.
one.
Hatchet.
Chronicles of Narnia is also good.
Chronicles of Narnia is up there.
Hatchet is not actually my favorite book, guys. I just wanted to let you know.
No, but Hatchet, like that, I hadn't thought about.
Hatchet is good.
I feel like it's cheating, but like I'd probably say Lord of the Rings, my favorite book. I really like To Kill a Mockingbird.
Actually, Lord of the Rings isn't the book.
We already said you could say a
You have
series.
to say the specific name. You can't just say the trilogy.
No, because
I never even read the
You said
book.
that you could take a series there,
Actually-
AJ.
actually J.R.R. Tolkien intended and wrote it as it was supposed to be like a continuous book. The
I call
publisher told
shenanigans.
him, "Hey, no, will sell better if you split it up."
Actually,
So to be specific, and it's because it's also nostalgic, I'm not saying it's a better book, but The Hobbit is my favorite. I remember reading that in like 8th grade, and I was like, "This is the greatest book of all time."
The Hobbit's the first book I read, like fantasy-wise, and I was like, "Yeah, I love this shit."
I loved everything
yeah.
about it.
I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, I would say my favorite, if we're saying series, is probably the Game of Thrones books.
That's
Mm.
fair. That's
Probably
very
my
fair.
supplier. Yeah,
Have
they're
you ever
they're amazing.
have you seen that one? There's like a 12-year-old kid and he's mocking these. I believe they're porn stars, but he's like, "You're so
Oh
stupid."
yes,
He's like you probably never even read
In
a
Game
book.
of
I've read a
Thrones?
lot. Well, name me one book. Game of Thrones. That's not a book, idiot. You probably just watched the series and said Game of Thrones. What actual book have you
actually,
read?
the first book is called A Game of Thrones. Hello.
All
A
right.
Song of Ice. Is it
We're
a
going
Song
to
of
get
Ice and
back to
Fire?
our fantasy epic
That's the name of the
story that we
series.
will probably blame the writers for how it ends. But um,
That would be all of because it's because we're the ones who like are helping craft the
correct.
story. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I just
So
want
it's
to know that if Sledge wasn't on board to take out this Bo character, he is now after he saw the audacity of making a granite bar top pink.
I like pink.
There are some things that just can't
Sledge
be
cannot
allowed.
abide. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, like
Buck, I can stand by the murder and kidnapping, but I draw the line at gray countertops.
pink
Yeah.
granite top. A murder was committed tonight at the bar. The granite top.
All right. Well, we will get back to the group as they are waiting for their room and check back in with Seymour, who has changed forms and now appears as.
So the the empty bar area is there, and Seymour kind of just looks around and decides he's like, okay, and he takes like his buttoned up shirt that kind of is always against him, and starts to kind of tie it up in the front. And as he's tying it up, you start to see him shrink down a little bit and get smaller. His hair starts to get a little longer, and his skin starts to change color, and he turns into a female. And in front of you, you see a light purple tiefling with a kind of like shortish, uneven haircut that's kind of punk rocky, and still with the bright colors, some very small horns, and some like piercing gray eyes as she begins to kind of put her arm up on the countertop and hang out there and just like try to look the part as if she was like just waiting for a customer to come in.
Yeah, and you wait for a few minutes, and eventually this sort of broad-shouldered, human man walks in. He's sort of balding on top, but still has like a shock of brown hair in front and a scruffy beard. Just walks in and he's like, all right, who are you?
You must be the one who's taken over for her. So the woman who was helping out here, kind of got a nasty knock on her head, and there was a couple adventures that came through and brought her to a room to lay down. Uh, I came here to have a drink since I'm just passing through. I was gonna offer to play some music for a free night, but I think you guys have enough on your hands. But I didn't feel right just leaving the bar empty, so I wanted to, just kind of hang out until somebody came along. One of the locals here, or he said he'd been here a few times, said that there was somebody else that usually comes in for the night shift, so I wanted to hang out until then.
All right, make a deception check.
$24.
Cool. Yep. Well, thank you very much. Don't think. Well, yeah, thank you. appreciate that. Where is she now? Did she get taken to a hospital or something? Or
So, apparently there was this guy who had like a magic ointment that said that it might help, but they just decided to like go lay her down in a room upstairs. She took a nasty bump. She was still like breathing alive, but looked like she was knocked out. And nobody really knew what to do or knew who to contact, so they just put her bedside. I think one of them maybe healed her a little bit and said that she should be good later.
all right. Thank you. Are you
Oh,
staying with us or?
No, I was just kind of passing through. I was trying to find a spot where I could play to, earn a couple bucks, but it's not really too busy here, so, but I stopped in to have a drink on the way. Real quick, before I forget, I pull out from underneath the counter what looks like a kind of a small envelope, but it's got a platinum piece inside of it, and I hand it to the guy. The adventurers that came through were really sorry about everything and wanted to give this to you guys as an apology, and say sorry that it all happened. I guess it was just a big old accident. I wanted to give you
Okay.
that before I forget.
Thank you. And he'll
It's a
just kind of.
sealed envelope though, so I like would pretend like I don't know what's in it. I just
Mhm.
like hand it to him.
Yeah, he just sort of looks at it and then kind of slides it into a pocket in his like. We'll say he's wearing a vest. Thank you. Well, I'm here now and can kind of take over things. Don't want to keep you, man.
No worries. If you want, I can hang out for a few more minutes. If you want to go check on her, make sure everything's okay, or
It's all right. We've taken enough of your time.
all right. Well, you sir have a wonderful evening, and I hope that she's feeling better. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, man. And he'll just
And
sort of wave you goodbye and go back behind the counter as you exit and just pull a very simple closed sign and put it on the bar and go check on her.
Man, we are super trusting of just everybody.
Dude, yeah,
Wow.
that guy's totally stealing that platinum.
well, they have to trust us. So
We're trustworthy.
Are
I
we?
would say that at that point, I begin to walk out, and of course, I'm not in a good spot to where I would be able to just transition or change.
Mm-hmm.
So I would begin to make my way over to the boat-hell.
Yep. You do so. Takes you a few minutes. We'll say that by the time you get there and are kind of walking in, the clerk has come back and, all right, we have your room prepared. You will be staying in room 13. If you will please follow me. Unless you'd like to stop off for some refreshments in our hotel bar.
Ooh. Is that by like the front or is it somewhere else?
The
No,
bar?
it's the pink countertop that you
The pink
hate.
countertop
Oh.
thing, it's in the front. So you guys like walk in, and then to
Oh.
your left would be like the bar, and then to the right would be where you guys like go deeper into the hotel.
I let Seymour. We're in room 1-3. I'm gonna be at the bar if you want to come say hi. And then I bounce. I go to the bar.
I
Yeah,
leave
you
the
guys-
sending stone on, like, I don't answer it, essentially.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Does the party go to the hotel room? Outside of Sledge, Sledge said he's going to the bar.
Yep.
All right, you guys go to your room, and he opens the door. You see a room that has been freshly carpeted. There's like this deep forest green carpet with like leaf designs sort of cut into it on the floor, and everything else looks to be from the previous owners. So very just simple bed frame. you see that their one big bed is they took 3 bed frames and just pushed them together. And there is like a pallet in the floor of like I learned recently that this is not a universal term, but like a pile, a folded pile of like a comforter and a blanket or two that is their dog bed or pet bed.
I love it.
Hold on, time out.
You know, say what you want
I
about
never
it.
thought about that. A pallet is not a universal term.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't?
I said pallet, and Raven looked at me like I was insane, so I had to explain what a
Never
pallet
heard the
was.
word-
No,
pallet before?
no. She is on the out of this. She's on the outer percentage of this. You were with the majority, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
Pallet is a
I think
universal
that's
known
Lindsay.
thing. I'm sorry that she
Okay.
doesn't know what pallet is.
Yeah,
I mean, she knows
no,
like
I
a
don't
load
know.
of
Literally on pallets when we first moved in here.
Dude, I loved living on pallets. You know what? Say what you want about the Botel. I think they're being very accommodating, and I actually really like them.
They really
Except for
are.
the
I
big
think that's
countertop.
the one.
That's where he draws the line.
Well,
They even took beef
I,
jerky
this
without complaint.
this guy and I are become friends. I've claimed it and I've spoken into existence. We're going to be friends by the end of this.
Did he look like Rob Schneider, by the way?
He can if you would
Too.
like him to.
Yes, I do. That's how I picture when he gives him the gum. Buck's like, there's more where that came from.
Oh my fucking god.
All right, so you guys, outside of Sledge and Seymour's current form, the 3 of you enter into the hotel room. Is there anything you guys would like to do with this guy before he leaves you?
Again, I typically don't have any money. I reach like and I'm about to hand him another piece of beef jerky.
He just
Joe
turns
does.
away. Does not even reach a hand out. Is actively attempting to like pretend like he does not notice, as he just kind of turns and says, "I hope you enjoy your stay."
This guy's very professional. He deserves, honestly, he deserves
He's
a
very
lot.
professional.
Uh-oh, we got news about the pallet.
So she had not heard of a pallet in the term that we were using it as.
Say, all right.
What did she call him?
Now that said, when I asked her, I was like, "Do you know what a pallet is?" She's like, "Oh, when we worked at Staples, things would come in on pallets and stuff." And I was like, "Well, that is also correct."
Yeah. You have found the first definition in Webster's dictionary. We were asking about the second.
That is one of the top 3. Like a color palette. You've got options here. There's many uses. But she had not. She was like, "Yeah, maybe like either a." So we saw a TikTok recently, and it was, "Is it a Southern thing or a Black thing?" And so she's like, "Well, it must be one of those Southern or Black things, right?" And I was like, "It might be." But it brings us to the point to ask. Since I asked her a question, it's my turn to ask you guys. Who here has ever heard of splitting the pole?
Nothing.
Splitting the pole?
Splitting the pole.
No.
Talking about like the superstition?
Yes, exactly that. And of
No
course you would know
idea.
because Alicia was huge into that one.
Oh my gosh.
But basically it's considered bad luck if you and a person you're with split the pole when you're walking.
Oh, interesting.
So like let's say there's like a light pole or something, you guys are like walking down the road, like one person goes left and one person goes right and you go back up. It's supposed to be bad luck or something bad could happen.
Sure.
My mom used to be really superstitious and make me do weird shit. Like she used to be so afraid of black cats. If we were driving down a road and a black cat went across the street, she would detour and take the long way home.
Wow.
Every time we spilled salt, we'd have to throw it over
the shoulder.
And,
Yeah.
Well, there.
Distinctly remember like being yelled at walking under a ladder. Like there wasn't anybody on the ladder.
No shoes
don't
on
do
the
that.
table.
Anyway, we can
Wait,
discuss
so none
all of these
none
later.
Of you guys have heard about split the pole?
Nope.
Besides just
Nope.
being Taz?
There's 2 superstitions. Don't break a mirror. Don't go underneath a ladder. That's it.
Yeah.
And don't split the pole.
That's a stupid superstition that people made up.
We can discuss all of that later. I
Mhm.
hate to deter from the game.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
Right
continue-
now.
All good.
Continuing on.
So you guys
Uh,
go into the hotel room. Yeah. Would you like to do anything in particular in the room, or I can cut to Sledge in the bar if there's you guys are just unloading and stuff.
I would like to see. Are there like blinds on the window? Like, is there a window where?
Yeah, you guys have a window. It has shades over it. You draw them open and look, and you basically have a perfect view of the road on which your previous hotel was on.
Okay. I will then quickly close the blinds, and
Mhm.
I will kind of like be holding onto the bag that has the dragon in it. And all right, what do we want to do with this little guy? And I will start to like fumble around trying to look for where his head is so that I can scratch him underneath his chin.
Give me an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Even at disadvantage, that's a 19.
Cool. You
Well, the
reach
15 and
behind
the
you.
16, I have a +4.
Reach behind you, scratch perfectly at the bottom of his neck, and you just hear like sounds of contentment, in like kind of whispered in your ear, as like you feel the dragon kind of push its head to rest like on your shoulder.
Good.
Cool. Then we'll say that you guys are kind of just getting set up in here, unloading your stuff, and check back in with Sledge in the bar. You see Angela takes a deep breath and then comes out from behind the bar and comes over to, or actually, are you sitting at the bar, or would you like to grab like a little side table?
I'll sit at the bar.
Okay. So you come up to the
Doing
bar,
my thing.
yeah, and she'll come up,
Granted.
drop the napkin, and all right, you're back. Wonderful. What drink can I get started for you this evening?
Just give me a pint of the house special.
All right, there's a number of local beers we have on tap. Do you have any particular flavors you're interested in? Do you like it malty? Do you like it hoppy? Okay.
What do you got? A name that'll speak out to me. Let's see.
Well, for sort of broader fare, we do have Palsmarter on tap. Or if you're into something a bit more fruity, we have the Black Scratch Ciders.
Next.
All right. We have Wagon Wheel.
I'll try a wagon wheel.
All right.
That sounds about right. You could say the wagon wheel spoke to me.
Charisma check.
Oh, come on.
And we all know he's got low charisma.
That was
And
10.
very respectable.
She'll just kind of like weakly smile and and turn around and go get your beer.
I chuckled to myself.
And yeah, I think you like as your beer is served, you kind of look around the bar. You see a human woman with some like really rough kind of not traveling clothes, but like sort of poorer farm folk fare that she's wearing, and she's just sitting in the corner with a beer mug the size of her head. That is like very ornate. It seems like kind of quick glance. This is like some sort of like house specialty mug challenge thing. Probably is like 4 drinks in one, and you're paying for the experience of it. And you look around. There's a few like of the outlaws that are dressed a bit nicer, and then there's a purple tiefling walking in.
Nice. I'm kind of like eyeing everybody, but keeping my eye specifically towards the entrance, looking for Seymour.
All right. Um. So, Taz, what is Seymour up to, or what? Have we named the other form? I forget if we
Yeah.
said that. Okay.
The
So,
other
what is
name,
Chelsea
other
up
name,
to?
Chelsea. Uh, goes to, walks into the motel
Mhm.
and sees a very disgruntled guy up front, and she kind of just like flashes a little wave as she walks straight to the bar, kind of being like, "Oh hey, like I'm here for the bar," like,
Mhm.
and he kind of registers it, and I walk over and I take a seat, a couple down from another person at the bar, and I just look at this pink granite as I turn to the bartender and go, "Oh my god, I love this bar. Would you just look at the color? It's so pretty."
Yeah. Well,
I just
it's
don't.
yeah. Go for it.
I was gonna say I like look over and then I just look away. Like don't say it. Don't say anything. You're here for Seymour. Don't say what you really think.
Um. Yeah. Angela just kind of walks over to you, and Chelsea is just like, "Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Napera. Picked it up special. It's finest craftsmanship. This is actually from the mountains on the eastern edge of the continent, extracted from there and then refined all the way down and then shipped all the way over here."
You don't say. That is just amazing. You know what? That owner of yours has got some great taste. I couldn't
Yes,
think of like a better way to do this. Is there any way I can get a shot of vodka?
absolutely. Um, any
And I kind of look around. I'm like, "Excuse me, you with the beer over there? Did you want one?"
At the disgust that you like the pink granite. I, I'm good with my wagon wheel. And then there's a little pause, and then I repeat. It just spoke to me. And then I go back to drinking.
Wow, it's not often that I guess I get turned down for offering to buy somebody a drink. Guess I'm not as pretty as I used to be, huh?
Uh, I will. Does Taz have big boobs?
yes,
Okay.
canonically,
Are you
Chelsea
gonna
has
use the
big
same
boobs.
line that you used with me?
What's yeah, yeah. This is a flashback of AJ. Your hotness is a non-factor here. Luckily for me, I'm immune to fire. So I gotta sit here and wait for my buddy. If not, if I was not here on business, I would and have to try to impress my friend that I am focused on the task. I would obviously hit you with a great one-liner that I am known for, renowned.
I'm sure your friend wouldn't mind if you had another drink. Do you think your friend would be upset that you're turning down a free drink?
Yes.
Then don't upset your friend. Take the drink.
No, he'd be upset. Everything I do upsets him, but it's okay. I'm gonna make amends.
Chelsea, at this point in time, you notice that your shot of vodka has been placed down in front of you in like a miniature highball glass, or Tom Collins glass, excuse me.
Okay.
I think that is a highball, actually. Whatever. But yeah, just sort of this long, tall flute that the shot is placed down in front of you. And Angela is just, "So, did we determine if the gentleman would also like a drink? Or we content with our wagon
He'd
wheel?"
like a drink. Go ahead and pour one for him. He'd like one.
Okay.
What's your name, stranger?
Sledge.
Elsie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Chelsea. Give me a second. Seymour, where are you?
You get no response.
Damn it. All right, I'll do one shot. Just
Yeah,
one.
your friend's probably busy. They're gonna make it here when they get there, right?
Sure. Yeah. I just gotta
They
sneak
know where
it.
to meet you, right? It's almost late anyway. You're here at an inn. You're gonna drink and you're gonna go to bed. How much trouble can you get in at an inn?
Such thinks about all the shenanigans that have occurred inside an inn. Oh,
Within the
not much.
past 4 hours.
Literally just 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so you get a shot of vodka as well. If both of you will make con saves for me. This is wild. I can see the wheels turning of AJ knowing what's going on, but trying to play Sledge appropriately. AJ, I appreciate you, your role playing in this moment.
I'm trying not to hit on Taz, but I kind of want to. I got a natural 1.
Okay.
16 for me.
Okay. So, sort of fitting that you got a natural 1 here. Because this is actually a elven whiskey, or excuse me, elven vodka. So, as you take a shot of it, it hits, and this is not something that you've drunk or had before. You usually have stayed away from elven liquors, just out of a matter of principle.
Do I know it's an Elven vodka?
I think that as you like take the sip and start coughing, you notice as she's like putting the bottle away, and there's like a very clear like old elven man on the label of the bottle.
I drink it. My Elven whiskey. 2 Eats of water.
Whiskey? You know that's vodka.
Or vodka.
Vodka, yeah. All right, I'm going to
keep it down or no?
I am going to cut into the scene for a moment and ask: is the party that's currently in the hotel room? Are you guys just staying there until people come to you, or are you going out to the bar? I just want to make sure that I'm not leaving you unattended too long.
I figure that we're watching the dragon. So Buck has caused enough drama and damage today, so he is staying as much as possible.
I would say I'm staying put also.
Okay. All right. Then we'll go back. He does hold it down, but Sledge, you are already starting to feel, I would say, pretty heavily buzzed.
That damn wagon wheel really got to me.
You did beer before liquor, and it is not sitting well with you.
I am feeling thicker.
Uh-huh.
Dwarven saying I should have known. I'm not doing good. Where you come from, Chelsea? Now that I'd say with a natural 1, and I'm feeling it really good. Sledge just forgot all about Seymour. He's
fucking awesome.
Wild.
This is hilarious, man.
I'm actually from a small island town out to the west. But how about you? You're definitely not from around here either.
Nope. I'm looking for my card. I can't find it, but Sledge Grimfrost from Clan Grimfrost out in the mountains out east. You like this pink granite countertop?
I love that pink granite countertop.
We are known for pink granite top.
Really?
If you would give me your name and number and address, I will get one delivered to you personally. In fact, I was the one that brought the pink granite top to my family. I had to fight them for it, but I won out in the end.
Sounds like you made a very, very good argument then. My name is Chelsea, by the way. So, you're going around just installing these granite countertops on people here?
Well, I was trying to. Someone got to these guys first, but I told them we could do this job day and night. We'll be there. Customer service is basically what Grimfrost means translated to Elven.
Really? That's incredibly fast.
Oh, what do I know about tieflings?
What do you know about tieflings? You know that they. I'm sorry. What are you asking for specifically?
Like, what do I know about them? Like, do I know like where they come from? A basic.
Yeah, I think yeah, you got it. Well, you haven't
Does Chelsea have hooves?
Not that you can see.
Oh, I was gonna make you a nice pair of horseshoes, but we'll get
Oh
to
my
that.
fucking god.
No, what you know about tieflings is, yeah, they are typically either touched by or, in some rare cases, like it is the union of a humanoid species and something infernal. Um, it's also possible that they are just the product of more tieflings. Um, Other than that, you're not really sure. And then as far as like basic anatomy, without getting too graphic, it is very similar to humanoid anatomy.
It,
They just happen to have horns and tails.
with a nat one, am I like really feeling it? Like where I'm really drunk, or would that be another roll? Or I just want to know because that's gonna be based on my dialogue if I act stupid or not.
I think one, you were feeling it without to the like you're not at risk of throwing up immediately. If you have another drink sit as bad as this one did, you would be at risk of like getting to the point where your night's ruined. However drunk you feel you would be before that step, where you're still in a safety zone, like if you stop now, you'll be fine. Role play with that in mind.
Okay. So tiefling, eh?
Well, yes.
I look up.
Dwarf.
I look up. I'm staring directly at your horns. Are you feeling horny?
Oh my god, I can't.
Chelsea reaches her hand up and touches him. I guess you could say I am.
I go back and do the little like, I fucking knew I was good at this. I knew I was good at this.
He tells himself that
Chelsea-
every night when he's with me, but he's not.
Chelsea will lean in and whisper and go, "How about you and me grab a bottle of that elven vodka and get ourselves a room? You grab the room, I'll grab the drink."
Say no more.
Oh man. Uh-huh.
I go to get a room. A room.
Okay.
Another.
You go back up to the clerk, you ask for another room. You just see him, eyebrow raised. Certainly, sir. We'll get you another room, and that'll be another gold piece for your troubles.
I give him a gold piece.
All right. He
Does he
hands.
still have the beef jerky?
Your passive perception lets you see that it is like sitting on his like desk or like the little podium that he stands at, just kind of loosely sitting there.
Hey, I'll give you another gold piece for that jerky.
Oh, sure, certainly, sir. takes another gold piece from
dare
you.
he?
And
He's never receiving another piece of rupee from me again.
you're staying in. Here's room 27 for you.
127. Now look up Chelsea. Room 27. Seems like a lucky number. I'll remember it always.
Sounds like a great idea. And I turn to the
Right.
bartender. Can I get us a bottle to go?
I will put it on room 27's tab.
That's perfect. And then I take the bottle and I pour us each another shot.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
A new friend.
Con saves
Okay.
both.
Uh, 10.
13.
Ledge, you're not doing so hot.
I'm not doing so hot, but I'm seeing 2 hallways, but I got 2 legs, one for each of them. Let's get going.
Chelsea, you are also starting to feel it a little bit. I think you still have control of your faculties, but they're getting a little fuzzy. All right, you guys.
I hand him the bottle
Mhm.
and go. You said 27, right?
27.
I'll meet you right up there. I'm gonna go grab something. It'll be a surprise. I'll be right back.
Cool. I'm going to room 27. I just let Seymour know. Seymour, something came up. Very important. I gotta go inspect it or investigate it.
All right.
Room 13. Don't forget. Then I go up.
Cool. You go to room 27. Chelsea / Seymour, where are you going?
I am going to step outside of the building,
Mm-hmm.
head around the corner to where there's nobody at.
Duck into an alley.
Change back into Seymour.
Okay.
Refix.
Give me a perception check.
I will do so with my special cloak, which I just want to make sure. I have advantage on all perception checks that rely on sight.
That would be the case here.
$22.
Okay. You time it out so that you're not spotted by anybody walking past. That was all that was for.
Okay. I just was like, oh, what did I say out here? Uh-oh.
No. Cool. So you change. You go back into the building.
I'll walk up to the guy at the front and go, hi, I'm meeting some friends here. I think they said they were room 13.
All right.
Did they get a couple beds and everything up there?
Yes, we took care of their requests.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. And they weren't any trouble or anything, were they? They're not. You can be blunt with me. Were they kind of a hassle?
You see him like stiffen a little bit. No, sir. We were happy to oblige all guests of the motel, where customer service is our priority.
And I insight check him now.
Sure.
Ooh,
Dude, I love
not so great.
Robin
12?
Schneider. I love him.
12. This is someone that you don't know if he's like gritting his teeth because of like just somebody pissed in his Cheerios this morning, if he's had somebody that was a problem before you, if he's annoyed by Sledge. He's annoyed by something, but you don't know what.
Fair enough. I'll put down an extra 2 gold pieces on the thing and say, well, nonetheless, thank you for the information and time. I am tired and I think I'm going to head up to the room. You have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You as well.
And I will head up to the room and I'll walk in. I'll kind of knock, then walk in and go, hey guys, what's going on?
So everybody but Sledge is
I
there.
Hello. Where is Sledge? I thought he was going to be with you.
I got a message on the sending stone, something about something came up and he needed to inspect it. I don't know if you guys knew anything about it, but everything seemed to work out at the other hotel. Night shift guy came in. I apologized profusely for what happened. He said he understood. It was an accident. Um,
Bless you, Jimmy.
and just headed out.
Thank you.
I reach for my standing stone. Remember that I have it. And well, somebody else get in contact with Sledge. If he needs help, then if he's investigating something, then he shouldn't be going alone.
I mean, yeah, you're right. We shouldn't just leave him alone. At least figure out what he's investigating.
Ah. Um. Can I borrow somebody's sending stone?
I hand him mine.
Cool. Sledge. What are you? What are you investing? Do you need assistance? Where are you? I'm a little worried.
Am I coherent enough to talk? Like, I'm just trying to see how the roles are for the response.
I feel like you'd be slurring your words.
You're definitely, I think, flopped on like the bed, and if you
Am I
can,
still,
do
am I
you?
still good or am I passed out?
You're not passed out. I think this is a question where I am going to ask Sledge/AJ. How strong do you think your willpower is to answer Buck's phone call, or are you saving all of your energy for what potentially is coming next?
But Sludge is probably stoked. He thinks he's getting lucky. So I'd say if he can only choose one, he's focusing on.
You can do both. It's up to you. It's just
Oh, if I can
would
do,
Sledge be so like singularly focused on what's happening, or would he answer a phone call from his bro?
I mean, bro,
Yeah.
bro before Poe.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
This is Sledge.
Ah. Are you where are you? Are you okay? Is everything all right?
I'm in room 2-6. I'm getting lucky, Buck.
Lucky with who?
This mistress, this. She was like a goddess, but she came from the hells.
Oh my fucking god.
Do you mean
Her name is Chelsea, and I think I'm in love. But all my lines worked. I was absolutely on fire. Unintended, Buck. I'm about to get her in the room right now. I promise it won't
Buck?
take long. I'll come back.
Will slowly put down the set stuff. Immediately, slowly, just turn to look at Seymour. Hand him the phone.
Sledge, you don't need any backup or anything? Is everything okay?
I don't think she's into the backup. So, I'm gonna take
I hate this.
Just
All right,
to look
kid.
at Seymour.
Let us know how it goes, man. We're here, and good luck.
I don't even respond. I just give a thumbs up to the sending stone, thinking they can see me.
Perfect. Love that.
It seems that It it seems that as I'm staring at Seymour, that he met a wonderful tiefling woman named Chelsea, who promised him a good time.
Oh, nice. Well, I hope he has a great night. And you just see the smile of like, hmm.
But Buck will just hand Seymour back, sending Stone, and then it's like, I need to get the drink, and then we'll just get up and just leave the room. It's like, it's been a long day. It just kind of clasps Seymour on the shoulder, squeeze. The squeeze is a smidge too hard, but then just like kind of claps him on the shoulder and then just walks out the room.
No, I'm
I
drooling.
kind of give like the head down. Where I'm like, I kind of deserve the extra squeeze on that. I was like, oh, and I was like, all right. I turned to Bobby Joe and Destin. I'm like, so everything went well with getting. And I looked to the dragon over there, the big guy in here.
Well, Zane's fine. I think he
Okay.
likes Buck.
Who doesn't, right? Apparently gods, but so what do you two think we should do with this dragon?
Keep it, duh. I'm his
Well,
mother now.
here's the thing though, like dragons aren't really supposed to exist here, and now they do, and now we're just gonna walk around one with like that just paints this giant target on us though. Like people are gonna try to hunt this thing down, they're gonna try to kill us for it. They're gonna say that we're with like the crazy cult and we're trying to bring dragons back. Like this could paint us as seriously bad people.
Yeah, but I don't feel like the dragons are actually dead.
I mean, that one we ran into is pretty jaded about something, and
He was just
if
a
they're
little sassy. He just needed to be reminded of a few things.
yeah, we got lucky we were there to help stop him from killing everybody. And I don't think anything we're saying to say or do is going to change his mentality on that.
Yeah, but this one hasn't learned that yet.
I'm not going to argue that fact. We could teach him whatever we want, but the best we could teach him for is, what, 50, maybe 60 years, and then we're gone. If we don't already have a whole hardship life in front of us with us hanging on with this dragon. I've got a thought. It's not great, but will you at least hear me out?
I'm just gonna cross her arms and like be all huffy and puffy and be like, fine.
After we rescue your dad, you guys come from a smaller, big area town. We send them out to the farms there. Good chance there's plenty of food and availability. If it's a town of people you trust and your dad's running the place, it's not under a bad idea. At least there, not as many people are going to know about him. Keep it under wraps for a little bit while he grows up and then go from there.
I feel like that just kind of puts my whole town in danger. I really don't know about that.
Okay. Just
Why don't we play it by ear for now?
okay.
We'll
What do
figure
you
out this.
expect? What do you expect to do tomorrow with them then?
I'll figure that out tomorrow.
Seymour will kind of realize, like, all
what
right,
did you
like, it's
think I'm doing with him today? We can't get him to my dad today. We don't even know where my dad is.
I agree, which is why I was gonna say, like, do we leave somebody behind to stay here and help watch the dragon while we go do that meeting tomorrow? Or do we try to turn him invisible for however long that's gonna take? But I feel like it's gonna take longer than I could probably cast invisibility for the day. I just don't know. That's why I'm like, we're already coming in here guns blazing in the middle of a fight. We've got an important meeting, and then we show up with the dragon. I'm just trying to get off on the best foot with anybody that we can.
You'll have to forgive me, Taz, because I genuinely have no ideas at this point. I'm like, I don't know, but
That's the thing, is I don't either. Which is why, like, we at least need to talk about this. I don't know what to do. You guys don't know. You don't know what to do. But we can't just wait till tomorrow to figure things out, I think.
well, why don't we wait for the whole crew to come back and see what they say?
I'm good with that. I won't press anymore.
All right. So, for the sake of keeping us on somewhat of a railroad, for lack of a better word, is Sledge sleeping the night in his other room?
Oh, I'm blacked out. I'm gone.
Okay. Cool. So, unless anybody has anything specific they'd like to do to set something up, I am good to fast forward a little bit. Pause for anybody. All right, cool. So you guys get the opportunity to take a long rest. Buck, you will have gotten a drink at some point before you go to bed, if that was what you wanted to do.
Yeah, just one.
So they'll put it on your tab. But you guys take a long rest. And wake up the next morning. Fully rested. There's no issues throughout the night. And we will say that you guys all meet up downstairs in the bar area, which has now turned into more of a like white tablecloth breakfast area, where they're serving like providing menus with just like a couple of different options. There's basically like a side of fruit. Would you like an omelet? Would you like kind of a steak and eggs breakfast? That sort of thing. Yeah, you guys are eating, and as you guys walk in, Bobby Joe, you recognize who I had described to AJ earlier, the poor farm folk woman that was drinking the giant beer thing. She is also wearing kind of the effects of that novelty drink on her, and has already gotten started with like a Bloody Mary. But you kind of are walking by, and just out of the like earshot, you just hear her. All right, I'll probably have the chicken biscuits, and recognize that voice belonging to one Biscuit El Pollo.
Okay.
Very, very quickly, I
El
give
Pollo.
my 3 temporary hit point cookies to Sledge, Desto, and Bobby Joe. So you may eat them and 3 temporary hit points.
All right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk over to her and be like, "Oh my God, Biscuit! I thought that was you."
Oh my God, Bobby Joe, what you doing here?
Well, I'm supposed to be here.
Are you? And she's like pulling you in for a hug anyway, and then like sticks you out for a second.
Tyler, isn't she the one who sent the telegram?
She sent you the telegram that this was happening. I could be wrong as the DM, but I don't believe any response was sent back.
Oh,
Nope.
well, shit.
So she's just like,
You
oh,
saw the
what?
letter and came running.
That's what are you doing here? You here for the letter I sent?
Well, yeah, we got the telegram and we didn't even think to respond. We just got on our way.
Oh, well, ain't you the sweetest though? Um, yeah, I guess you can come along. I think Bo would be all right with it, but yeah, that should be fine. Oh my goodness, well, what you been up to, girl?
Just venturing, really, staying out of trouble. And Bobby Joe kind of like looks away while she says it.
Oh, that's so fast. That's all
Seymour
right.
stares at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, so y'all are getting breakfast now. And she like looks over to the waitress and is just like, can I sit with them? Is that all right with y'all? I just feels like we got so much to catch up on and prepare for the day. Is that all right with
I
everybody?
just say
Hi
that,
everyone, I'm Biscuit. I'm Bobby Joe's neighbor.
hey there, and I'd like scooch over so that there's extra room at the table, like to pull up her chair and.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hello.
Yeah. She sits down and yeah. So when you left, well, things were all right for a little bit, and then this like I don't know, the town got weird, and things out on like the east side got really weird, and there's like skeletons and stuff wandering around there now. Town of Rattleburg's just gone, or it's still there, but like none of the people are there anymore. And then the mountain banks kind of hold up in that area too, and they came into town and took your daddy, and so we were going to see if we could get Bo to help us with stuff, because you know us, Bobby Joe, we not fighting folk, we're farming folk.
What are they there for, though? Like, why did they take my dad?
I don't know. I don't know. There was like letters and stuff to Bo. It seems like your dad had been talking to Bo for a little bit, so I just figured that maybe I could see if there was like a friendship there or something. But I don't know. He was just out one day talking to somebody. He was talking to Tommy Feller on the farm, and came and took him. And Tommy was knocked up real bad, but he's doing better now.
Okay. Well, I guess we should probably figure out why they took him in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So does
So
that mean
what's
you're?
your plan?
What's my plan? I'm begging Bo to help us, and kind of whatever he wants, we'll do. Cause your dad's just a lot smarter than most of the folks. Town kind of stays together because of him, and I think we're all kind of worried that if something happens to him, then the town falls apart, and maybe Bo would take over or something like that. And well, I mean, Bob, at the end of the day, we just got to protect our own.
Well, when do you meet with Bo?
Someone's supposed to be meeting me here in like an hour or so, and then they'll take me out to his place outside of town.
Does he know that you contacted us?
I didn't think to mention it.
I'm just wondering if we would be able to go with you to this meeting.
Oh, we can see. I mean, the guy will come and I'll ask him, and I'm sure it'd be fine. Ain't nothing but a discussion. No reason we can't have you tag along. It's your daddy after all.
All right. Well, I guess we wait for this person to show up then, and we find out what to do next.
Yeah. Cool. You guys talk for a little bit amongst yourselves. She kind of updates you on what's been going on. You update her on what's going on. I'm seeing a couple of yawns, so I think what we'll do here is say that someone arrives, and Biscuit's just like, "Oh, how you doing, sir? So this is Bobby Joe Canary. She's daughter, Mayor, and these are her friends. We was just wondering if we could take all of them and talk to them." And he's like, "Well, this is against protocol, but we'll let it pass for this once." And I think passively inciting, you guys get the sense that he's like making more of a show than it really is. It's fine. So I'm going to drop a handout in the chat of what his hideout looks like as you guys journey outside of town and get there. And we will pick up the next session with the meeting of Bo. But let's see here.
It's Bo time.
And one of these days we will get back to combat, but I think story has necessitated it flows this way.
Ooh,
Ooh,
looking
buddy.
layer.
That's pretty cool.
And with that, we will end tonight's session.